So this was January 17th last year. On January 17th last year, just to get your head around what was going on that date, that was just 3 days before Joe Biden was set to be inaugurated as the new president of the United States. Inauguration day was January 20th. This was January 17th. 11 days before January 17th was January 6th, when the pro-Trump mob stormed into Congress to try to prevent Congress from certifying Joe Biden's election as the new president. So on January 17th last year, it is a week and a half since January 6th, and it is 3 days until the inauguration. And on that date, January 17th, here is a text message that was sent to Donald Trump's White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows. It says, quote, "Mark, in seeing what's happening so quickly and reading about the Dominion lawsuits attempting to stop any meaningful investigation, we are at a point of no return in saving our republic! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Our, all caps, last hope is invoking martial law. Please urge to President to do so." So it's 3 days before Joe Biden's inauguration. White House Chief of Staff is getting this text message urging President Trump to invoke martial law, spelled M-A-R-S-H-A-L-L, misspelled, as if the person sending this law thinks there's a Marshall's Law and maybe also a Ross Dress for Less law, possibly a TJ Maxx law that could be invoked as well. What he means is martial law, M-A-R-T-I-A-L, as in suspend the Constitution and put the military in charge to rule by force. Our last hope is invoking martial law. Please urge to President to do so. This is 3 days before the inauguration. Call out the troops, use military force, use weapons of war against the American public in order to stop the inauguration of the new president and instead put Trump in power. And you know, this is a message not sent by the White House Chief of Staff. It's a message sent to him. And so maybe you're thinking, you know, I bet the White House Chief of Staff gets all kinds of weird spam text messages from overeager Trump supporters. I mean, whoever sent this doesn't even know how to spell martial law, so how serious could this be? But this text message was not from some rando who just guessed the phone number of the White House Chief of Staff. No, this text message was from a sitting member of the United States Congress, Republican Congressman Ralph Norman of South Carolina. On January 17th last year, 3 days before Biden's inauguration, Congressman Ralph Norman was texting Trump's White House Chief of Staff to urge President Trump to call out the U.S. military to use the military against civilians in order to keep Trump in power. Congressman Norman was a sitting member of Congress when he sent that. He is still one now. Ralph Norman was just reelected to Congress in South Carolina's 5th Congressional District. And he was reelected by a lot. He was reelected by like a 2-to-1 margin. And marveling about the seditious radicalism of a member of Congress, somebody who wants to suspend the Constitution and keep their guy in power by force, using military force to do it. I mean, marveling at some member of Congress being that far out there. I mean, that's something we all get to do from time to time. But right now, knowing this is what Ralph Norman was advocating for to the White House, right? Suspend the Constitution, put troops in the streets, take power by force. Knowing he was advocating that is one thing. Knowing that he and his party are going back to Congress as the new majority party there for next year, that feels like something different. Because what are they going to do with their real power when they really have it?